Well, hello! Today on this episode of Headphone Home, we're talking about some little bitty buds. These are the Aviot the Aviot WE-BD21d. Catchy name, really catchy name on these. They're from a Japanese company, kind of an upstart in the audio game, and they're not that cheap, really. They're really they were a pretty penny, I would say. I mean, they were more than the Grados, they were more than the Sonys. These tips, there's like a million different tips you can put in. I haven't really tested those out because the defaults worked fine for me. You've got your controls here. You're pretty simple, pretty standard controls. You know, you've got your you press and hold that, turn them on. So then you've got like a little light there. You've got the volume up and volume down buttons, and that just acts as kind of a play pause. So pretty standard stuff, really. You know, it's so weird because in terms of sound, like there's like this weird white noise that's just in the background of any audio that plays. Like when they're silent, they're dead silent. You don't hear anything. But as soon as any sounds are playing, like if you're playing, you know, a YouTube video, those videos record like background noise or whatever, like the sound of, oh, I don't know, say you had maybe your computer running in the background, it'll pick that up, or just air on the microphone. I don't really know all the details on that, but it definitely is a real thing, and I don't really like it about them. You know, they sound fine. I wouldn't say that they have like excessive bass or treble, really. I mean, like earbuds don't usually have a lot of bass, and in this case they don't like buck any trends or anything. I don't know that they have exceptional detail, but they have fine detail. They're made out of metal, which is kind of nice. Like these little guys are made out of metal, so that feels kind of premium and weighty, and they stick together so you won't lose them. Like the control buttons are a little stiff. Sometimes I like accidentally, like I start to press the button and I accidentally let go too soon, and that kind of thing. I mean, you know, these are like kind of nitpicky things, but I mean, these were not cheap earbuds. Like I had to import them, so that was one thing. Like I had to ship them in across the sea and all that. But you know, other than that, like they're fine. They work. I use them. One thing I like about them is the seal when you put it in your ear. They've got like this little squishy bit here. So what you can do is you can squish that, and then when you let go, like it holds it in your ear, which is pretty neat, I would say. And really, I mean, I'm pretty sure what I did was I took the Microsoft headphones, the Surface. I had those on maximum noise cancellation, and then I did some vacuuming. And, you know, they do an okay job of blocking out the sound. Then I just put these in. Like, these don't have a noise canceling mode or anything. But, you know, I put them in, and yeah, they cancel the noise pretty well. You know, they were pretty good seals, and they pretty much kept the vacuum pretty quiet and manageable. So, you know, that was pretty neat. All the prompts are in Japan. Like, you know how your device will be like, power on, pairing, or whatever. Like, the prompts are all in Japanese. When you turn it on, like it says, turn on in Japanese. And like if you connect something, it'll say you connected something in Japanese. And usually, you know, context is good enough that I don't really need to like actually translate all of this and actually hear it. And actually, you know, actually change it. So, you know, that's not too bad. I haven't really run into too many issues with that, I can't say. But yeah, I mean, I guess how would I compare them? Well, so they, you know, they feel a lot nicer than the Jib Trues. Those are the earbuds that I've so far kind of looked into on this channel, I believe. You know, they're solid. I don't know that they're really worth the money, at least not to me. Like, they support the Qualcomm aptX HD audio or whatever. So like if you hook them up to an Android phone, it'll be like HD or whatever, but it's still Bluetooth. It's just like a different codec that's trying to translate that Bluetooth audio into something that has less loss and has better sound quality and all that. But I wasn't that impressed with it, really. I thought it was fine, you know, it sounded fine, but maybe my ears just are not tuned to that sort of thing too well. You know, the battery life is really good. Like, you don't necessarily want to have these in your ears forever, but they are pretty comfortable. And for as long as I'm usually comfortable wearing them, I mean, they don't run out of juice. It makes, you know, it'll be maybe a couple of days in between times when I have to charge them, maybe even longer than that, just depending. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. These were a bit of a shot in the dark, a bit of a gamble. And yeah, to be fair, they were all right. They just weren't maybe as good as I was expecting them to be. So